so I went ahead and did this on this eye. Now I'm going to show you how I did this look on this eye. My dogs are in here as usual, so if you hear pitter pattering or like growling or them trying to murder each other, I'm just kidding, they're just playing, but if you hear any of that, that is what that is, so I apologize. But yeah, as usual, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Shadow Lock Primer. Ah, my nose itches. I really need to try a new primer. If you have one that you love, that's your holy grail, please leave the name down below, because I really need to try some new products, especially eye primers. And your favorite face primer too, because I really want to know your opinion. I have very bad pores, so I need something that's gonna fill in pores really good. So whatever you have, your ideas, I would love to know it. I'm going to set my primer with Divinity from my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I love setting my eye primers with Divinity. It goes on so well, and it's just a nice blank canvas to start on. I just love it. I'm going into the BH Cosmetics 120 color palette. This is a 3rd edition palette. And I'm going to take these 2 shades right here and use it as my transition color. Now I'm going into the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette again and taking Totally Fetch and putting that into my crease to kind of deepen out that pink a little bit. I'm going into the Anastasia Shadow Couture palette and taking Azure and using that in my crease, and I'm using the Sigma E40 blending brush for that. And now I'm going back into the BH Cosmetics palette. I'm taking a mixture of this blue and this blue and kind of just helping blend out that Azure color. And now I'm going back into those pinks to help blend out even more. Going back into Totally Fetch. And I'm doing it a little bit more light-handed right now. I'm gonna go a little bit more heavy-handed with it a little bit later. Going back into the same blues again, just keeping on blending. Blending out some more with the pinks. So, for my lid color, I am using, let me kind of flip this around. I'm using this blue shade right here. It's the same one that we use to kind of blend in with the crease color. But what I'm doing is just putting it on the outer and the inner portion of my lid. And these colors, you kind of have to use a makeup setting spray to kind of make the color a little bit more pigmented. These colors are all gorgeous, but some of them aren't as pigmented as the others. So yeah, whenever you use a makeup setting spray, you can tell it makes it a lot more pigmented. You just have to be careful though, because sometimes these colors, if you use a setting spray, they don't blend out as easily, or they just stick in one spot like this color is. But you just gotta work with it and help it move. And that's another reason I don't spray both sides of my brush whenever I do it. I only spray one side and I kind of wave it a little bit, because you can see this side isn't as bright as this side is. So we're gonna have to fix that. What I'm doing is just running my finger over it to kind of help blend it out. And we're gonna help deepen that out in a minute. And for the middle shade, I am mixing this color and this color, or these 3 shades right here. I'm just mixing them and adding that to the center of my eyelid. Now going in with that same brush, I'm just gonna kind of take the product that's left on it and kind of blend into the green, because you don't want to have one big blob of green. You wanna make sure it's blended out as well. And I'm gonna come back to that in just a minute. But I'm going into the Smashbox Masterclass 3 palette and taking the shade Nocturnal, which is this dark blue shade right here. I'm doing it very, very lightly into the crease. I'm just adding that to deepen it out just a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going back into the Bonbons palette with Totally Fetch, and I'm doing it kind of heavy-handedly, just to help blend out that blue shade. Just going over all of the shades to make sure they're exactly the way that I want them to be. Now I'm just taking a clean, fluffy brush and just kind of going over the lid colors just to make sure they're nice and blended together. I'm going to try to do a thin line. You know how it works sometimes when you're trying to do a thin line and it ends up to your eyebrow? Yeah, we're gonna try not to do that today. But sometimes, you know, it just happens. Now I'm going to clean up the wing just a little bit. That's the one thing I don't like about this this eyeliner. It's horrendously hard to clean up sometimes. Sometimes if you let it dry a little bit too long, oh my goodness. Now I'm going to add some Ardell Wispy Lashes. I'm using the Duo Dark Tone Glue to glue them. Which I've used these before, so they look kind of thick, but they still work. First, I'm going to take Noir. Intense Gaze. Now I'm going to take, which orange do I want to use? I think I want to use this orange right here. If you want to make it pop a little bit more, take the setting spray, spray your brush. Now I'm going back into Totally Fetch, using this kind of round blending brush. I'm just kind of blending, not the actual color, I'm just going right below it. Now I'm taking this highlight right here. It's from Who Is She Cosmetics. I think I mentioned it in my last video. My voice. I'm dabbing that in the inner corner. I'm just taking some mascara. And now that is the look complete. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it probably was all over the place because I'm just yakking about nothing. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Like I say a million times, let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me next. Like I said, leave your favorite eyeshadow primer down below. I would love to know your opinions. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.